The very much anticipated Buried Echoes update released for the Long Dark, and with it came something I did not expect. Hinterland warned us the story of the Far Territory would be going in a new direction, and they were not lying. Over the course of 3 videos, I will tell the story that is buried in and around the Langston mine in the zone of contamination. In the first video, I focused on the security chief's first 3 logs. In this video, I will focus on the foreman's first 3 reports. And the final video will be the finale of Buried Echoes. As always, this video will contain heavy spoilers for Buried Echoes as well as Signal Void. Before I continue, please make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and watch to the very end to help the video analytics. The Foreman is a new character introduced in Buried Echoes, and he gives us a different but important perspective for what happened in the mine. Foreman's site report day 38 reads,
It was our first day back down below since the boss and his people arrived. He called us together and had us all sign new paperwork. Boilerplate stuff, but it had us wondering what's changed. Then he gave a speech, as he likes to do, only this time in front of the gadget. I almost bought it, but then again, I've never been too practical. At least not enough to see what's good for me. He talked for a long time, but in the end, we were able to restart our work on the machine. We also rebolted the track connecting the concentrator to the ridge above. Better access if we need to move in more generators. This thing needs all the juice we can find. Did I mention I need to get the hell out of here?
This new character seems to confirm a few things for us. The majority of the people involved in the Rudiger project were miners. While the researchers in Rudiger's team were bringing their equipment from the coast to the mine, the Foreman's team were preparing the mine. This report describes Rudiger and the entire project team having a meeting in front of the machine, which is in its early stages of construction. The new paperwork that was signed makes me think that the miners were being forced to stay longer and stay within the mine in order to get paid. This would provide more test subjects for the project. The mention of generators to power the machine reminds me that in Signal Void, we learned that the machine exceeded expectations at low power. This makes me wonder what it could possibly do at full power. Foreman's site report day 45 reads,
All our temp scaffolding is coming apart now. Earthquakes and nervous hands will do that. The final cables are set and insulated. We still don't know if it's enough. The generators they brought in could power a small town through the winter, but I don't trust them. This is gonna blow up in our faces. If we're lucky.
Earthquakes are not a rare occurrence on Great Bear Island. Of course, a miner's worst nightmare is working while earthquakes are occurring. This would explain the deterioration of the mine infrastructure and the declining nerve of the miners. The foreman takes note of the types of generators being brought in and what they are capable of. If these generators can power small towns during the winter, just what exactly are they powering in the mine? What is the machine and why does it require so much power? At this point, the machine is ready to turn on. Foreman's site report day 64 reads,
Their latest big idea is to bring some kind of doctor in. Just to talk, they said. None of the guys on my team believe a word of it. Ever since we flipped the switch on that machine, no one seems settled. We want to get paid, sure, but we want to make it out of this hole in the ground too. I've got to put a stop to this.
Now we know that once the machine was turned on, its effects could be felt immediately. As the workers grow more and more uneasy, Rudiger would have a doctor come in to talk to the workers as they enter the first stage of the Rudiger project outbreak. This doctor would turn out to be the medical officer from Signal Void, who had performed the interviews on the mine workers. At this point, Rudiger intends to interview everyone and extract any data from their recurring dreams. The miners are not happy with the idea, and I wonder if this is when the Team 3 removal occurs from Signal Void. The foreman and his reports give us more insight into the work that went into the project and the construction of the machine. He even shares his doubts and concerns as it was built. The foreman wasn't the only person to question what was happening in the mine. The miners themselves were falling victim to the machine's influence, making the work more difficult. The earthquakes and the arrival of the medical officer didn't make things any easier. In the next and final video of the story of Buried Echoes, expect to see the final security chief's log, Foreman's report, and the conclusion of the tale. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you can, become a member to further support the channel and earn some exclusive rewards. If you can't, I understand. Shout out to my current members.